Welcome to Little Bracket of Horrors, the pod that puts the fight in fright.
You have created a monster and it will destroy you. It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! The monster has been seen in the hills terrorizing the mountainside.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Derek.
I'm Roger.
And we are Little Bracket of Horrors. We are without Shelly today, but she will be back shortly. And today we have a fan submission, and that would be The Unnamable by a friend of mine, an old friend, Charlie C. What's up, Charlie?
How's it going, everybody?
Good, man. Thank you. First and foremost, thank you for giving us a movie to cover. Thanks for being available to record with us. I'm super excited. We haven't seen each other in a little bit, but it's good to see you on screen.
Yeah, same, man. It's been a little while now. We need to start shortening those gaps.
I agree. But yeah, just a little background. Charlie and I are friends. We met going to Rowdies matches when the Rowdies came back in 2010 to Tampa. So we're both soccer lovers, and we are both fully immersed in what is currently going on in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and that is the World Cup.
I'm so sorry.
That's right.
I knew it.
How about you like a real sport like rowing?
Ooh, spoken like a true frat guy.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yeah, Charlie, just so you know, whenever we have a new guest on the show for the first time, we like to go through some questions. And so our listeners can get a little bearing on who you are as a horror fan. So are you ready with your questions or your answers, I guess?
Well, we'll see how that goes.
All right, excellent. So, Charlie, what's the first horror movie you remember watching?
Okay, this one's easy. The first horror film that I remember watching was Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was exposed to that at the wonderful age of around 6. My sister and I were left with a babysitter who thought it was a good idea to put it on for us. I remember watching it and just being mesmerized. I don't remember being scared, which is a strange thing. But I remember being really into it, just pulled into the film, and it really struck a chord. And obviously, when you see something at that age, as relatively violent as Nightmare on Elm Street was for the time, it sticks with you. So yeah, that was my first horror film I remember seeing, and it came at a very young age.
Were you able to sleep again?
I don't remember having nightmares, so like I said, I don't remember being afraid. I remember being a little, not understanding what I was seeing, a little grossed out a few times, but yeah, it was kind of a cool experience, really.
Our stories are very similar. I was also exposed to that movie at a very young age.
Was it the original one then?
Yes.
Nice.
No one would ever admit that the first Nightmare on Elm Street they ever saw was a remake, Derek.
Well,
that'd be very bad.
In 2010 or whatever it was.
Yes.
No, I was about Charlie's age. The first Nightmare film I saw was actually Nightmare 2, and it was the opening bus scene. And unlike you, where I was like, I was content and kind of intrigued, I was terrified and I ran away and I hid in my bedroom. So it took a while for me.
And Derek was 27 years old, by the way. When this happened.
True story.
It just happened last Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm still shaken up about it.
He's only crawled out from under the bed in time to record this podcast.
I mean, we got deadlines to keep, right? We got to get these episodes out, so I had to get over my fear. But all right, Charlie, let's move on to your next question, which is, what is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
This one's also kind of easy. It was probably would have been a fatal car accident in high school. We were on the way to a football game. Our football team, our tiny small town football team, had made the playoffs for the first time in ages. So several of us loaded up in the car, and we're driving. It was an away game at late at night, and at one point I realized someone coming in our direction was in my lane, and I had 5 other people in the car. We all crammed into this '69 Firebird, so a tiny little car, too many people in already, and I realized kind of late that this car was trying to pass multiple cars, and they're in my lane, and I reacted the only way I really could, just got off the road last second. I remember looking to my left and seeing the other driver pass me in the lane I had just vacated and staring at us with his eyes wide open.
Oh shit!
And the car just started fishtailing, on the shoulder, and we got nearly fully sideways before I was able to get it back under the control, and it didn't flip. But that was probably the single most frightening thing that's ever happened in my life. It was very close.
And you were a teenager at this time, obviously?
Yeah, I was maybe 17.
God.
16, 17.
For you not to flip the car, that's pretty astonishing. As a 17-year-old driver.
Yeah, I honestly, like...
I don't want to say this, but this might be a Final Destination moment, so Charlie, watch out. That might be still stalking you.
Keep one eye over my shoulder, don't worry.
Did you have a premonition before it happened? Did you know?
Did you have a dream?
That's the key to this right now.
I was certainly seeing a tunnel of light.
Yeah. I mean, death is definitely slowly stalking you if it's still chasing you when you were 17.
I'm going to watch his background closely. So if I see like that door open, hit the air conditioner, the plate falls, and he gets decapitated, then we'll know that
please,
he's living in the movie.
Please keep an eye on me. Thank you.
Charlie is the Final Destination. All right. So, Charlie, next question is, what would you rather be bitten by? Vampire, zombie, or werewolf?
Yeah, I thought about this one for a while. It would be, there'd be some cool factor to being bitten by a werewolf and getting to turn into a werewolf. But I feel like that would be really a big pain in the ass, like long term. Just with it looks painful. It only happens once in a while. Only on a full moon. It's not like you can just switch on and off. I decided on vampire just because I feel like, despite all the downsides of being the walking undead and whatever, like at least you get to live forever until someone finally figures it out and stakes your heart.
You
can kind of live. Yeah, you can almost kind of live a normal life. When you put aside the blood sucking and only being able to go out at night and not being allowed in without permission or whatever. I chose vampire just because I think it's pretty cool. The blood's not that bad, and you can still kind of be human.
Yeah, I think if we were paying attention to the stats on this podcast and that question, I think we would see that vampires the pretty, leaps ahead of werewolf. Yeah. No one's ever chose zombie. We did get a comment one time, just to let you know. We did get a comment one time on Spotify from some girl, but she said she would choose zombie because she feels like a zombie every day. I was like,
okay, fair,
closest to what you are, I guess, right?
I guess when you're already halfway there, it makes sense just to go ahead and make the full leap.
Exactly. All right, so Charlie, next question is, who do you think wins in a fight? Freddy, Jason, or Michael Myers?
Man, this one's tough. I have no idea. I tried to decide who I would want to pick in a brawl between these guys. Like Michael Myers just seems to just kind of get up and keep coming no matter what you throw at him.
Relentless, right? Yeah.
But then again, he did finally bite it, supposedly, in the end.
By Corey.
But, yeah.
What the fuck is Corey?
I mean, I'm just gonna go with. Honestly, I'm gonna go with Freddy. He's just cool. I mean,
great answer.
He's got his blade gloves, and he's just wicked nightmare haunter, and he's just the coolest character of all three of them. Period. Yeah. So I'm going with Freddy.
He can attack you in your dreams and in the real world. He's broken through. So, I mean, I think his power and his supernatural powers are just unstoppable. So, yeah, I agree.
I like him. Take him.
I'll take him too. What about you, Roger? I forget what your answer on that was.
I believe mine was. Been a while, Derek. I believe it was Freddy. I would assume I would choose Freddy because Nightmare on Elm Street's like my favorite horror movie.
Okay.
Of all time.
Hey, that's sound logic. So Good answer.
And it's not the 2010 Freddy Krueger, just so we're all aware.
No, not the guy who was Horseshack and
Jacqueline,
Watchmen.
Jacqueline Early, what the fuck his name is?
The guy with the face.
Yes.
That's how I remember. Yeah, that guy. All right, Charlie. Last question. What is your favorite scary movie?
My favorite scary movie. That one's kind of a hybrid. My favorite scary / action movie is Aliens.
Oh yeah,
I
nice.
feel like it still falls well enough into there's enough horror still in Aliens, at least, that it counts. It's always been my number one go-to. If there's only one I could pick to watch, it'd be Aliens. I'd watch it every day. I did watch it every day as a kid. We had it on VHS and I wore it out. Definitely Aliens for me. Alien would be like number two. I saw Aliens first when I was young, before I'd seen Alien. Saw them out of order. But then when I saw Alien, I kind of wish I had not. I wish I'd seen them in the correct order. But Aliens and then Alien for me.
Nice.
Top tier for me.
The 1-2 combo of
Yes.
Aliens. Perfect.
Alien into Aliens is just it's tough, man. For me, it still hasn't been beat as far as original and sequel.
Well,
Hello, Alien Resurrection. Might be top tier. Any horror movie or Resurrection has not been, I don't think, been that great in the title.
Yeah, fair point.
We covered Alien on the podcast, and we do like to go down the franchise order. So if you are into it, next season you should give us Aliens, and we'll be happy to chat about it.
Consider it done.
Nice. I'll be looking for it.
Nice.
All right. Well, that takes us to the end of the questions that we gave to Charlie, and I hope everyone is excited to hear his takes on the Unnamable. But before we do any of that, let's play a little catch up. Roger, you watch anything scary or anything scary happen? What have you been up to?
I have been watching some scary movies, Derek. Quite a few of them since we last talked.
Nice.
I have seen Scary Movie 6. I don't think I talked about this last time. It was horrible. I did not enjoy it. I didn't think it was funny at all, and I was hyped for that one.
Oh, that sucks.
But Lisa and I have gone down the road on some couch watching here, and we have been watching some HBO documentaries about cults.
Oh yeah,
as of late.
Nice.
We watched four good ones. The one I would highly recommend, and it's one of the weirdest, is the one about Mother God.
Okay, what's that about?
It's called Love Has Won: The Cult of Mother God. It's about a lady who was a McDonald's manager who took some E, and during her trip, realized she was a reincarnation of Jesus Christ and 552 other dead celebrities. And she and her job was to absorb all the world's sins and drink and fuck her way through them. So she had a group where she just drank and fucked all day, and she took a liquid silver to battle COVID, which turned her blue. And ultimately, she did not make it.
To battle COVID?
And it just you think it gets crazy. That's crazy. It gets just crazier as we get through that point. And I highly recommend it. Also, I seen Toy Story 5, and that was amazing.
Nice segue.
But I did see the movie finally Bring Her Back from 2025. Took a while, but it's a little grief horror.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was well done, pretty good.
Yeah.
And over the weekend caught up on a couple others. We watched the movie Skeeter about killer mosquitoes from 1993.
That sounds right up my alley.
It is not good.
Oh,
you would think there'd be more than like 3 mosquitoes in the entire movie. You would be mistaken, because there's only about 3. And then we watched the movie The Empty Man from 2020. And that one's pretty good. That one's from David Fincher's right-hand assistant, who was his directorial debut. It came out on Fox, and it's right at the Disney-Fox merger. So Disney just dumped it in theaters for about a week and then took it out. But the movie's actually really, really good, and like it's one of those like mindfuck kind of movies where like you get to the end and you're like, holy shit. So you gotta like watch it again. Then last Sunday night, me, my friend Brad, and a few others went to go see the movie Fuck Toys in Orlando. Part of it's a movie that came out in 2025. The director's touring it right now. She was there, and it was the last movie playing for Pride Month. That was a celebration at the Indian, and also I want to share my T-shirt I bought. Real
Ooh,
quick,
we got merch.
we got merch, and I've got this.
Hopefully it shows. It's
Oh,
not showing.
It's not showing.
Get
There
it,
it is.
get it
It's
closer
hiding,
to
it's
you.
hiding.
There,
It pops in and out.
you
yeah.
gotta pause it. You gotta pause it, but it's cool. It's cool.
Describe it to us for those who are audio listeners only.
It has a pair of hooker shoes, and it says "fuck toys" underneath it.
Hey,
And it was
that's
pretty
all
good
we need
movie.
to know, man.
It was good.
Keep it simple.
It is.
Love a great T-shirt. either
But
way.
that is pretty much it. for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of movies.
A lot of movies. Yeah.
Yes, and the wife's going away in a couple of days. So as is yours, Derek, so there's gonna be a lot more movies watching coming up.
I know. Well, so for myself, I've not been watching a lot of movies because the World Cup has been going on.
Soccer.
So ever since the kickoff with Mexico and South Africa, I've just been watching Fox Sports constantly. So
Same.
it's been mostly World Cup stuff, but I did watch one thing that I remembered today, and that was Hive. It is a 2026 horror film that is a Tubi original.
Ooh.
And I have a little movie club at work, and we watch horror films, and it was my week. So in a quest to watch recent 2026 films, I found this original on Tubi, and I chose it because I previously watched Low Lives off of Tubi, which was one of their originals, and I thought it was fantastic. So I had high expectations going into this. So I was like, all right, Tubi originals are pretty solid. Let's see how this goes. I would equate it to a Goosebumps movie without any creativity.
Is it, Derek?
Oh, no.
Is it about killer bees?
You would think there was
it is
some
not.
you would think there was some sort of creature or like a monster. But
You
we
call it
didn't
The
get
Hive.
any
I'm
of that.
expecting some killer bees.
I was expecting something, and there was a point where a guy was crawling through tunnels underground, and I got
Nothing.
no creature feature.
No freako worms or anything.
Nothing.
What was The Hive?
It was in our minds the whole time, I guess. It was kind of a letdown. It was a dud.
That sounds like the money didn't come through for the special effects, so we gotta change things up here at the end.
It could have
We're just
been.
gonna crawl through this tunnel and let you use
Yeah.
your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. It was like fill in the blanks. It was just it was a little bit of a letdown, but yeah, other than that, it's just been World Cup shit constantly, and I've been loving it. There's been so much drama. Even we're in the knockout rounds right now. Yesterday was just 2 upsets. It's been fantastic. We went to PKs, and even in PKs, like as soccer fans, we're used to things kind of going quickly and someone dominating. But even within the PKs themselves, there's been back and forths, and it's been an amazing World Cup, and I'm excited.
It has.
Charlie, what about you? Watch anything scary or anything scary happen to you recently?
Before the World Cup started, I actually was kind of on a zombie kick. I started off by watching or rewatching Return of the Living Dead. I hadn't seen it in forever.
Nice.
And it's just such a good movie. Like from start to finish, it just hits. So I kind of went back. I was like, well, I'm on a zombie kick, so I'm going to start at the beginning. I rewatched Night of the Living Dead and the sequel, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay.
The original Night of the Living Dead or the
Yes, the
Tom
original,
Savini
the original.
1990 remake?
Ooh.
No, no remakes yet.
The remake is pretty good for a remake of that movie. I highly suggest it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not watched that one yet, but that one's on the list. But I just went back to the original for now.
Nice.
And just and some of just some of the more recent stuff like weapons in gear.
So
was
good.
was that last year?
Last year, yeah.
Smile was one of the more recent ones that we really enjoyed.
Have you seen the second one yet?
I have not seen Smile 2 yet. We almost watched it 2 nights ago.
Oh, it's so good.
We decided to watch The Hunt instead.
Some will say it's better than the first.
Really?
Might be one of those people.
Okay.
I
have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, after I saw the previews for Smile 2, I was not excited about it. But then it came out and I started hearing good things. Like, okay, well, maybe the preview that I saw wasn't, it's an early one or something, and it just wasn't edited very well or something.
Yeah.
So I'm still looking forward to. Yeah, it's on the list. We almost watched it. We'll probably watching that here pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah, mostly just been on a zombie kick.
Zombie, you can't go wrong with a good zombie flick. So there's plenty of shit ones, but I mean you're watching the Romero stuff, so you're not going to go wrong.
Yeah.
All right, boys, are we ready to get in the Unnamable?
I'm
Let's do
ready.
it.
All right, so our first segment is Dig Up the Bones. And that's where Roger introduces the movie we watched and gives a brief summary. So Roger, take it away with your ascot or whatever you're wearing.
It is a sweater, Derek. It is
There it
very
is.
fashionable, as shown in the movie at Miskatonic University. If you were able to go to it, you would understand, Derek. But all right, it's not for everyone. All right, it's technically I was a legacy,
Yeah,
but
I bet
got
you
in
were.
there.
Yeah, it was out of my
Um,
tax bracket. I couldn't afford it.
And if you watch the movie, seemingly most people couldn't because it only seems like there was about 7 students in that entire university at any given
Tops.
time.
No
So,
professors, only students,
Yes.
and they all live in the library.
yes, it's the library, the outside library in the adjoining building. All right, so we got the movie currently is called The Unnamable, released September 2nd, 1988. And it has a couple poor reviews on Rotten Tomato at 31% and 30. It doesn't have a Rotten Tomato score. That's why I wrote that. It has 2 poor reviews though.
Oh, it has no
Audience
score?
No, there's not enough people that reviewed it to give it a score. You have to have at
Oh,
least
shit.
like 10, I think, or something like that. But it has an audience score of 31%. So about 3 out of 4 people like it, or no, 3 out of 4 people hate it. Sorry,
Okay.
wrong math. An IMDb score of 4.8. And the tagline reads, "Here are things on God's earth that we can't explain, but we can't describe. From the depths of hell comes the Unnamable."
Solid.
Synopsis. And I told myself, Roger, read the back of the Blu-ray box. Since I went out and bought a copy. Woo, woo.
Oh, we can actually see that.
Yes.
Nice.
I was like, I like 80s weird horror movies or cult classics. So I was like, I'm going to buy myself a copy for $14.99 Amazon.
So, question: did you buy this after your first watch, or did
No,
you just
I
buy
went
it?
in cold turkey.
Wow.
I saw it was only
Commitment.
$14.99, and I'm like, you know what?
Nice.
I can spend that on this podcast. I'm investing,
you.
Derek.
Yeah.
So the back of the Blu-ray reads, "Time is now. The setting is Winthrop House, believed to be haunted from the past 300 years. It is rumored that Joshua Winthrop was horribly murdered and mutilated by the creature born of his wife. Meanwhile, college students at nearby Miskatonic University decide to disprove the rumors by spending the night in the house. They are later joined by Carter, who now takes the legends more seriously when he learns that his buddy has disappeared there. Also, he's behind me.
Oh, with his
Oh,
just
Joel.
slightly hurt eye.
Together, they come face to face with the unspeakable, horrifying creature. Hearts pound and pulses race as it stalks their every step. Who will live and who will die? Don't miss the incredible climax when the nightmare comes to life in The Unnamable.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun. Starring Charles Klossemeyer as Howard. He was also in the sequel, Unnamable 2, The Statement of Randolph Carter, and many video voice talents. A lot of video game voicing that he
Oh,
has
cool. Nice.
done. Mark Kinsey Stephenson played Randolph. He was in Unnamable 2 and a little role in the movie Domino, current. And that's pretty much it. Alexandria Durrell plays Tanya. She was also in the sequel Unnamable 2, then seemingly quit acting after that. So there's nothing else.
Good move.
Laura Albert, who plays Wendy, she became a stunt performer after instead of like a main actress. She did a lot of stunts. She did stunts in Space Jam, True Lies,
Space
Casper,
Jam.
Wow.
Space Jam.
Was she Michael Jordan?
And in True Lies, as she was like the stunt double of the daughter, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Of if you want to put a name to the visual there. And the last one, Eben Ham, who played Bruce.
Ah.
He was in 5 episodes of Cheers and How I Met Your Mother, also 4 episodes.
All right, so sitcom dude. It sounds like.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
A lot of character acting stuff. Director John Paul Ouliette. I'm probably mispronouncing it. It sounds a little French.
Sounds a little
Writers
French.
French.
Just a little.
Like Mbappe. Derek knows that. Derek can speak French. Writers H.P. Lovecraft, and also the said director, the
Mhm.
DP, Tom Frazier, who also did movies such as Armageddon,
Whoa.
House of a Thousand Corpses,
Holy
and
shit.
one of my personal vampire movies I like a lot, Vamp.
Oh, I
from
thought
the
you were going to
80s.
say Twilight.
No, Vamp.
He likes those sparkly vampires. I know.
Have you ever seen Vamp?
I have not
No.
seen it.
It
I've
is-
seen the poster for it. It looks
Yeah.
left of center and fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little vampire movie. Special effects makeup by Christopher Biggs. He also did Demolition Man, Donnie Darko, Erie, Indiana, which is one of my personal favorite shows
Dude,
growing up as a kid.
Yes.
So these people might have done a small movie to begin with, but they did big things later.
They sure did.
Runtime 87 minutes. So remember that, 87 minutes.
Remember that? Or you tested
Yes,
this
because
later?
you couldn't remember how long Deadstream was when I repeated it like 3 times early on.
I don't think
last
that was
episode.
me. Were you blaming me for?
Aspect ratio 1.851. That's full screen. And budget was $350,000. The gross was
Nice.
just like the movie, unnameable, because there wasn't one listed.
There's no. Did it go to the theaters?
Not sure.
I believe it may have been direct to
I think
video.
it was released internationally, maybe, but not here.
Not
So, but
domestic.
that's all. Like, it didn't really say, but it gave $0. So,
Yeah.
who knows?
This was
Unknown, unnameable.
This was 1988, right?
Derek, I
So-
already said this.
No.
Yes,
Okay.
you're
It was
correct.
just clarification. All right. Fuck. Jesus.
Distributed by Image Entertainment and Vidmark. For Blu-ray, Unearthed Classics, MVD Visuals, and MVD does a lot of cool movies, cult classic type things. You can check that out on Amazon. You just type in MVD Visuals, pull up all their catalog. There's some cool stuff in there. So the one of 2 reviews I pulled from Rotten Tomatoes goes as they gave it a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
To
Okay.
gauge what we're going into here. The main appeal is the basis of H.P. Lovecraft's story through the nonsense about tree spirits fails to replicate the author's grasp of the occult. Give a little
So
taste.
that's
There
the
was
bad one.
nothing. There was not a better review than that. So
Oh.
that was it.
It just goes downhill
Actually, the
from
other
there.
review was less than 3, so I pulled their best. So
Okay,
3 out
okay.
of 10. But doesn't mean it's a bad movie or we dislike it. It's just what the critics think. And
I'm just gonna
cares,
feel.
right?
I'm just
Who
gonna
cares
feel
what the
for
critics
land,
think?
man. That's
What the
it.
hell? What do they know?
What do we know?
We have a podcast, Eric. We clearly know something.
Listen, if podcasts have shown anything, it's just just because people have microphones and can record themselves doesn't mean that they should.
Do you think anybody that has a microphone, a computer, and a voice can just create a podcast and put it on Spotify, YouTube, and several other networks? I think not, Derek.
It takes only the smartest of people.
That's
So,
correct.
Yeah. All right. Enough blowing up our egos. Did you have anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay.
That was my digging up the bones.
Well, thank you for digging up the bones, Roger.
My pleasure.
Before we jump into our discussion, I just want to get our initial reactions to landing on the Unnamable and Charlie, you giving it to us. So I'll throw it to you first, Roger. Obviously, you never saw this before. How did you feel
That's
going
correct.
into this?
All I need to know is from 1988, September 2nd, 1988, and it was only 87 minutes, so I was super excited. It was short and from the 80s, and it was a horror movie, and I've never seen it. So I'm a big horror movie 80s guy. Just the feel, the look. Even if some of them are corny, I don't give a shit. Give it to me all day, baby. It's like a drug up my arm.
Wow.
Mm.
Beautifully
Nice.
said. Beautifully said. Charlie, what about you? What was about the Unnamable? Have you seen it before? Why'd you give it to us?
I had seen it once before, and it's been a long time. I think I saw it around when I was 16, 15, 16. I rented it with my cousin, or we rented it together. So it's been a very long time since I'd seen it, and I just remember it being. I just remember liking the atmosphere of the film, and again, it falls into that category, that cheesy kind of 80s, especially later 80s horror, where they're just pumping out these. What I assume in this case was direct to video. But it had just enough, like the monster was, just have just enough going for it.
Yeah.
The haunted house. I enjoy haunted house type films. So yeah, I was looking forward to seeing it again because it had been a long, maybe 30 years.
Woo. Nice.
I can see this. I can see this movie as like you go to Blockbuster, VHS tape looks pretty cool. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's cool. It looks pretty neat. I'm gonna rent this thing. You put it in. This movie is like made for VHS. Like you want you want dirty, you want a little blurry,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's good times.
I'm curious, Charlie, when you picked it out of the video store, do you remember if it on the cover if it had the monster on it or if he was like mysterious about it?
I believe. This again, it's been a long time, but I do believe that there was some image of the monster on the cover, not like a full body shot, but enough of like the face, and just to be like, okay, this is a decently looking creature, enough of a tease that it beat out whatever else you're considering at the time, right?
Yeah.
We hadn't even heard of. It was one of those films you see it, you never heard of it, you grab it. But I do want to say it had some image of the creature, but not like a full, like what you have on as your background, not like a full shot like that. Maybe like half a face and like maybe a bit of a claw or something, just enough. Yeah, just enough to be like, yep, it's got a monster. There's college chicks in this. This is probably going to be good.
Yeah.
And we.
It was a movie. It was a movie so evil they couldn't even name it.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Exactly. So for myself, I knew nothing about the movie, never heard of it. But when I saw it was adapted from an H.P. Lovecraft short story, it piqued my interest. And as always, whenever we have guests on, I'm always excited to chat with them about whatever movie. So I was super excited to get into the Unnamable. So with that, let's get into our feasting fiends segment, and that's where we talk about overall pros, overall cons of the movie, characters, dialogue, and then we finish it with our favorite kills / scares. So, Charlie, with you being our esteemed guest, I'm going to throw it to you first and ask you, Charlie, what are your pros for the Unnamable?
All right, let's see. Pros for the Unnamable. I actually enjoyed like the slow build to the reveal and like just kind of how the house just kind of grew. This what initially started as what looked like a small building. It kind of grew. The house itself like just got bigger and bigger as far as both the sets and as a character in the film. And I really like the slow burn toward the monster reveal, and it didn't just have something hunting people down from the very beginning of the film. I thought the atmosphere was done really well. I thought the effects, just the overall look, wasn't bad at all for what it is. For being a direct-to-video, obviously that's a very small budget, but I thought they did a decently good job of creating good atmosphere. There's a lot of dark shots, a lot of night shots that weren't overly lit, that looked realistic. So I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the just kind of overall atmosphere of the movie in general. And I really dig the monster. The monster was cool from the first time, and I really liked it just as much this time. So I was happy about that because I was worried, like, man, maybe it's gonna be I remember it wrong or it's like cheesier than I remember it. It's pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
But I think they did for what they're working with. I thought that the monster was a pretty cool design. Like it's pretty creepy, pretty scary creature.
Yeah.
So I really like that part of it a lot.
Nice. Yeah, I think about what you say about the lighting being realistic to it, because this is a movie that I think you really, when you watch it in the dark at night in a room, and you really can see all the in the hallways and stuff like that. You can catch all the the decaying of the house and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it is definitely a movie that if you watch in the dark, it's that much better. So I think that's a tip of the cap to the lighting, where you feel like that realness. So
Yeah.
that's a great point. Anything else before we jump to someone else?
No, it's just like I said, I thought that the kind of the cinematography and the effects, I think what they're working with, I thought they really pulled off just a nice general feel to the film that it really could have looked a lot cheaper and cheesier than it came out in the final product.
Yeah.
So hats off to them.
Nice. All right, Roger, what about you? What are your pros for The Unnamable?
I agree with Charles there. I like the atmosphere of the movie. I like the look of the film. I think it looks good for a low budget movie. So the graininess of the film, the eerie lighting, and that 80s feel. That it's all over it. Monster, agree. Monster looks great. $350,000 budget. This monster makeup looks better than movies. Budget's twice that. That's good work of the makeup artist who went on did bigger and better things. And you can see it here early on that he was very promising. And has a Book of the Dead in it. You can't go wrong with that. A
Yeah.
necro. So
Absolutely,
I was
yeah.
like, what is this? Evil Dead 2? Fuck. But and that the house itself is a trap. I believe you can only open it by whispering the words from the book. And once you're in, you're kind of trapped in there. You can't open the door. So it's kind of like, it kind of explains why no one else is like knows about this creature or anything else. Because once you're in there, you're done. You're not coming back. You're gonna get killed and whatnot. And that whole story about like, oh, initiation is all bullshit. Just get girls in there so they can get laid. But
Get your wick wet.
yes, get the wick wet.
Fucking gross.
What a great line.
And also, I like the blood splatter in this movie. The off screen, kind of like monsters off screen killing, but you see the blood just splatter in the face, and you're like, yeah, baby, give me that blood. But the other thing I really like about this movie, and it's hard to explain, because I was trying to explain this to Lisa, is like Bruce. It's mostly scenes with Bruce. And when he's holding like the candle and like you hear noises, it's like the quick little line is like, what is that? Then the movie, it just pauses for a second on Bruce and like he's just that look and it's that feel. It feels like you can cut those scenes and put them in the trailer. And it's just, I don't know, it's just maybe it's just a little campiness of it and that feel, that grindhouse feel of it is what I like. And I just like when movies do that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not polished for sure. Yeah.
Yes, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And I watched it twice because I thought we were recording last week, so I watched it twice in a quick session. So it was pretty fresh in my mind. Yeah. Overall, good stuff about this.
Good. So for myself, for pros, I mean, just like you guys, I was rather impressed by the gore of this. Decent amount of blood splatter and violence. Especially in that opening scene where Mr. Winthrop gets the chest punch and she rips out the heart. I was just like, I was not expecting that at all. Just like kind of seeing like the pictures for this movie. And I didn't check out the trailer or anything yet. But when I finally did get to watching it, I was like, oh, so they got this in the arsenal. So I'll be looking for more of this throughout the film. So I was impressed with all that work that they did with the special effects, the practical effects. Also, in the vein of that, I mean, Charlie said it, you said it too, Roger, but the creature design, she looks so cool. She had the little hooves, and we got a few shots of those. Those were super nice, but the claws were just devastating and, just tearing people up. So I thought she looked really good, but she also sounded terrifying. Like when before we even saw her, we heard screams in that opening scene from the upstairs window, and it was terrifying. And when you can add the audio and the audio tenseness to that, and then she looks as good as she does when they finally do reveal her, because it was like a slow, like we would see her in the shadows a little bit. We did get one flash at one point in the hallway, but then in that final scene when they have the battle, it was just like she looks so great. And for those of us who love and enjoy the practical effects and the actual molding and creating of these creatures, I think they hit the nail on the head. So yeah, those are my pros. Next up,
Derek.
Thanks. Next up, let's move on into cons. So Charlie, what are your cons of this film?
Cons for the most part would be the things that kind of pop out that you notice when you know it's a small budget film. Maybe that could have not necessarily special effects, but just things in the background that are missed because you're rushed when you're shooting, or you just don't have the budget to take multiple shots, and and you notice small things that kind of take you out of it just a little bit. Then there's quite a bit of that going on in the background. But like I said, the overall feel of the film and the overall technical prowess that these creators that, as we talked about, have gone on to bigger things after this, showcased in making the movie, just made up for a lot of it. I mean, it's hard to really to talk about cons for a film that has, it's obviously going to have dialogue that is kind of, you know, mediocre. It is what it is. I think maybe there could have been a little more exposition or some sort of a little better explanation for the link of the monster, our main antagonist, and why that she's trapped in the house. And the end was just kind of not necessarily unexplained. It could have been a little more fulfilling, I guess. It was a little just sort of happened. Like, that you've got our guy running around with the Book of the Dead casting spells, and he's sort of figuring things out, but they don't really tell us exactly kind of what he's putting together. He just sort of does it and just shows up at the end and saves the day, I guess, in a way. I thought maybe there could be a little better plotting there. But I don't want to knock it too bad, because I enjoyed it too much. So other than maybe cleaning up some of that stuff that happens in the background, like at one point when they're putting in the guy, the first character that she rips her caretaker or whatever, or the guy that's keeping her imprisoned, when she rips his heart out, the grave diggers carry him in, put him in a tomb, and they are somehow able to lift this really heavy sarcophagus lid. And at one point, the one guy's barely holding on to it. Like, he's not holding underneath. He's just sort of like holding on top. Like, that's impossible.
And they even put in, with the sound design, they put in like the scraping of concrete on concrete. And here these dudes are just holding it by just like pressing in and not like grabbing under the lip.
It's never impossible if you skip leg day, Derek. All right.
It's all legs.
Leg day, work on them arms, pump that iron. You can lift concrete slabs off tombs too, Derek.
That's right. But again, I'm able to forgive that kind of thing because I was viewing it for what it is, and I wasn't looking for perfection, and I just noticed that kind of stuff. So overall, I'm still on the I really liked it train, and it's got its negatives, but not enough for me to really want to bag on it too hard.
Heck yeah. All right, Roger, how about you? Cons.
What I got here for cons. All right, so if you have the Blu-ray like I purchased, it has a 5.1 surround sound mix on it. Now, it's flawed because I didn't hear it for a while, but when Lisa was watching it with me, she's like, don't you hear the echo? I'm like, what are you talking about, echo? And it was near the end when it was like really bad. But there was like they had an error in the encode, and it kind of like whatever sound repeats itself like a second later. So throughout the whole movie, but it kind of blends in well until like the last like maybe 15 minutes. So con on the authoring of this Blu-ray disc for only $12.99 on Amazon.com.
I feel like you want people to buy it. Are we sponsored by Amazon now? Do I not know this? Did you do a deal?
If you just keep saying it, it will happen, Derek.
Much like Field of Dreams.
Other con, Joel's wussy ass scream. This man behind me, that man screams like a little, I'm gonna say like a little girl, because some girls can scream it, but my God, there's no heart. It's like, and you just I was like, what the hell kind of scream is that? And both times I watched it, I pointed it out.
Yeah.
It's like, Joel, learn how to scream, man.
Belt it out. You gotta show the fear. You gotta sound the fear. Yeah.
I put Carter's haircut.
Carter's haircut. Okay.
Yes. What the fuck? And
Carter's
also
haircut.
on the guy I'm cosplaying
Bruce
for the show.
or John?
John.
Okay, John.
His plaid on plaid with sweater over shoulders. What the fuck? There's
WTF?
so much plaid. Too much plaid. You don't put plaid on plaid.
What are you, the Joan Rivers of the Unnamable?
I don't know why those two freshman girls. I guess because he was an upperclassman, went with him. Because I was like, I'm gonna fuck that dude. Fuck, he looks ridiculous.
There were a lot of ridiculous looking dudes back in '88.
Well, I guess when there's a graduating class of 7, you only have so much to choose from. So
at a university,
at Miskatonic
Miskatonic, yeah,
University.
that's a good.
So
Those are all really great points. You're spot
you're
on.
very, very welcome. Those are my cons for the movie.
Well, thank you for that, Roger. I'm gonna jump in. I do have some cons. So I know that Mr. Oliet, whoever the director is, because they also did the screenplay for it. I know they didn't have much to work with Lovecraft's short story, and I don't know. So I checked it out. I checked the short story out. They have a audio version of it on YouTube. So I did go listen to it, and it was just like it was very descriptive, and like the last probably 2 minutes of the short story is the two guys running into the monster and then like going to the hospital. So like director didn't have a ton to work with, but I thought that the script was very light, and I think the foundations were there. You had the setting with the house, you had the beast, and you had the dumb college kids. I mean, it was all there ready to be filled in, but it was just a miss for me. And even like the way the characters like interacted, it felt like they were all alien to each other. And that could be with just like, low level actors and all that. And I understand that, but I didn't feel any like real bond or like tension between them. And to Charlie's point, even in the exposition, I felt like we got lost. Like Carter was telling the story of Mr. Winthrop and his monster daughter, and then he tells like a side story about a kid that was like 50 years later that saw an image in the glass and like his hair went gray and all that, and it didn't really come back to nothing or it didn't explain anything. For me, it just like confused me the first time I watched it. When I watched it again, I was like, okay, it's like two separate things. But the first time I watched it, I took it in as like part of the story, and it just like it threw me off. So I thought the script was a little loose and could have been tightened up. Aside from the beginning and the end of this film, I found it rather boring. I was over walking through these hallways and just being lost. And it felt like it was like Groundhog Day constantly with the college kids going through the hallways and getting separated, and just the usual tropes that happen with this. But it felt like a big meat of this movie was that, and so I got to give that as a con. Going
Derek,
into go
Derek,
ahead.
You can get lost in a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house very easily when there's only one way up and one way down the stairs. Derek, all right, you can walk around that thing forever.
Two-story
Two-story.
with an attic and
with an
a
attic
basement. So
but when
there's
they're
a
all
lot of space
upstairs
there.
at the same time and they don't know which hallway to go to,
They
man,
spent
and
they spent 80%. They spent 80% on the second level.
I wanted to draw a map of how this movie maps out like this house on the upstairs. I'm like, there's no way this house is that fucking big.
It got bigger
from the outside
and bigger
the
and
actual
bigger.
inside.
Yeah,
and
the
when
house just
like
kept getting bigger as the script needed it to get bigger.
Well, did you notice when the one guy hits the door really hard, the entire set shakes?
Oh yeah.
Did you notice it? Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, they're about to knock over the entire set while he's hitting it. But yeah.
Yeah. So another con, and this is like a specific con, but it was the POV shot, and I guess Howard was like stalking Carter at the university, like before he persuaded him to go back to the house. But I don't know if we were like supposed to believe that the unnamable monster had broken out of the house when we already knew that like prior to that, like it was condemned to the house. So it was just stupid, and it was like a useless headache moment because like we were just being jostled around, and like what was he gonna do? Like sneak attack him? Like he was just trying to find him to be like, hey, his parents haven't seen him. We have to go back. We have to go back.
Derek, Randolph Carter is a nerd, so that could have been a wedgie coming, Derek. Dramatic.
You think Howard's giving out wedgies with that haircut?
Miskatonic frat guy will though. Atomic over his head.
But it was Howard that the frat guys were too busy in trying to get the girls scared and horny.
The two frat guys in the entire movie. Yes, but it could have been the third. Derek,
Yeah.
you never know. There could be another student that just did not go to the library that day.
Yeah,
this is true.
It could have been a twist, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was not. But
no twist.
the the final thing I will say, and this is not the film's fault, but I found this out by doing a little digging on this film, but me finding out about H.P. Lovecraft's personal opinions and him being a scumbag was very unfortunate. I am not. I don't read books. I haven't read his stories, but I am a fan of some of the adaptations into films, and just to find out his vile and regressive opinions. I mean, he even had poetry and had slurs in the title of some of his poetry.
Derek, read me a passage. I
No,
want to know what you're.
we're
you
not.
mean.
We're not.
Be more specific.
We're not spreading the filth. All right. But I was like, fuck. Whenever you find out like someone's actively and happily involved with the KKK, you're like,
what?
fuck, man.
I was like, was he a Holocaust denier,
This
or was
what
he
was
dead by then, or was he already dead? I can't. I don't know. What
I
year he
think
died.
he was before. I think he
Oh,
died
okay.
40 something. Anyways, regardless,
So you're saying he would have been more of a Holocaust supplier?
yeah, he would have been a champion of the Holocaust, perhaps.
He's like
So
Hitler's
H-
misunderstood.
So
all right.
final con, but I'm not taking any points away from the film. H.P. Lovecraft apparently sucks. Well, not apparently, he actually fucking sucked. So
But
yeah,
it's the name though. The name sells. That's why you just take a story that has two sentences of a monster, slap his name on it, make a movie about it. People are going to see it because of that name. I think that's probably the whole point of this movie.
yeah,
Yeah. H.P. Lovecraft.
I think
whatever.
so.
exactly.
H.P. Lovecraft monster. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's move on into characters. Favorite, least favorite, whatever you got. So Charlie, let's hear it. What do you got?
Least favorite characters. I mean, obviously we're supposed to hate the frat guys, right? Like,
Yeah, John and
their setup is
sorry, Miss
even
Katana,
even
that guy.
Whatever.
they're set up to be these guys. These guys who want to get killed by the monster.
Yeah.
But then when they get killed by the monster, all of a sudden we're kind of supposed to feel bad for them at the same time. I was confused. Are they bad guys? They're just trying to, get some leg, and now they're getting eaten by this or killed by this crazy monster in the attic. I thought that maybe they could have been a little more over the top. I felt like they didn't go far enough with making them kind of villainous and despicable. They just kind of seem like normal college guys trying to get laid. Really, like they'll say whatever they got to say.
Well, that's college, baby.
No, my dad's Secretary of the Navy. Oh yeah, come to this
Secretary of
haunted
the
house with me.
Let me tell you some stories.
I'm the row captain.
So I don't really have any. There's no characters that I like dislike more than any of the others.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I knew okay, we're supposed to dislike these two guys, but I didn't really think about them enough to.
Yeah.
Other than enjoying how they got killed, I didn't think about them enough to really despise them. So I actually think that that's probably I should put that in the cons. Like obviously character development is lacking across the board, from start to finish. There wasn't enough runtime. There wasn't enough exposition or dialogue. There's no character development, or very little. Are we only doing characters you dislike? Or am I doing characters I like?
No, like, dislike, whatever.
Characters in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just talk about the characters and
all
your
out
feelings
there.
on them. Yep.
Save us none. Talk about every single one of them.
Yeah, go through your list.
I think the character the character that annoyed me the most, I think, was Howard. Howard is the one who wanted to go find his friend, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he was just very nonchalant about it. He was like, "Oh, my friend went into this house, or was near this house that's supposedly haunted. We haven't seen him for days. His parents haven't seen him." And he's like, "Oh yeah, let's just beg my other friends to come with me because I'm too chicken to go look for my friend."
That's such a
definitely
great
go on a
point.
side quest for like flashlights and supplies. Your friend's missing. Go find your friend.
Yeah.
These took way too long to finally get around to it. I was like, man, they're only doing this because the plot requires it.
He was putting too much of it like on the shoulders of Carter for him to let go.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
if
he's
you're worried, you go check out your friend. So
and Carter's like, no, that house is haunted. I'm not going anywhere near it.
he's like, I'm not
Basically.
going to be made to look a fool and show up and get scared. I'd rather my friend die.
That's right. Like we don't have dates to go
choice.
with us. I have no other reason to go to this house. But Howard was fine. Like at the end, he, other than getting lost in the voluminous interior of this house, he was okay. I think that no one else really stood out as far as the characters go.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really gave too strong of a performance. I thought that our two babes, Tanya, who what was she supposed to be playing? What type of character is she playing? She's like the new
like the
reserved,
wallflower. Yeah.
She's a
yeah,
tennis player.
innocent. She's supposed to be our final girl type, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just she was not memorable,
No.
and I could not get past her hairdo. I was like, why have they done this to her? They've made her as unattractive as possible.
Yeah.
She's not a bad looking lady.
No.
But they've just given her the most unfortunate, miserable, even for 1988 hairdo possible. No one else in the film had a hairdo nearly as bad as this.
Yeah.
So obviously it was on purpose. I thought that was really unfortunate for her. It made me hard to like her.
Yeah.
Like fix your hair.
Poor Tanya.
Yeah. I feel like you'll have a better ending in this film if your hair is just done better. Take care of yourself. Come on.
I mean, again, another fantastically sound piece of logic being brought out for this.
Yeah, I think the character I liked the most was our creature. At the end of the day, it's just the anticipation of the creature finally showing up and wrecking havoc, and I was like, yeah, get them all. I wanted them all to die because they were all bad. They were underdeveloped, poorly written. I'm like, this movie is getting fun because people are dying now. And once that happened, I was just rooting for the creature. That's hands down the best character in the whole film.
All right, Roger, what about you? Characters
wise, I had a problem just how old they looked. They all looked like they were in their 40s for the most part, except Howard. Howard's the only one that actually looked kind of young. But I was like, man, how long have these people been at Miskatonic University? Like they must have their going for their doctorates. I thought Bruce had like a wife and 3 kids at home. That's how old he looks, but that's just me. I got some gray hair. You can see in the video, but I look younger than they do, and I'm 42 years old.
Yeah.
But that's just the 80s. Like when you see like a 40-year-old person in the 80s, it looks like they're like today is like 70. So it's like times have changed. There's Carter, Randolph Carter. I found a little annoying. His line delivery. It just kind of too much overacting, I think, on that part. And he thinks he's just smarter than everyone else, smug little bastard. But my biggest problem with the characters from those two, Howard and Carter, is when they were together. If you ever notice how slow Carter walks. Now there's 2 scenes where the one where you talked, Derek, where Howard's running up on him, and there's the other scene where Carter leaves. He's still in the shot, and Howard runs after him. Then the next cut, Howard just catches them at the library steps.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, how fucking slow do you run, Howard? My fucking God, because literally he's 20 feet in front of you, and it takes you between half to a mile to catch the bastard. And
That's
the same
hilarious.
thing where when he's stalking him, he runs so fast, he runs by him into the wall. And we get that that so-called jump scare. So
he can't get his speed right. He's all fucked up.
Howard needs to work on his cardio, and Carter's like the second coming of fucking Jason, who can just slowly walk and just teleport to other ends of the campus.
This is true.
It seems like. Then there's Wendy.
There's Wendy.
I won't fuck the freshman girl. Yep.
Yes.
She won't. Only upperclassman for this lady, even though she's a freshman herself. And going back to my college years, that's exactly how it was.
Oh yeah,
and yeah. Freshman girls, man, all about them senior dudes, especially if you're in a frat.
That is creepy, dude.
If you're a frat guy, you were getting something. That's how I was trying to talk into joining one. I went to a frat party one time and I got really drunk, and they beat me with a baseball bat, a wiffle bat.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. I told him to. I was like, yeah, just fucking hit me, girl.
Oh, okay. This story.
I become Derek when I have some substances in my body. I become a totally different person. Roger's no longer here. The Chad comes out.
Oh shit!
All right, but they did tell me, it's like, dude, if you join girls, all the girls. I remember like one frat got in trouble because freshman weekend, where like freshmen move in, they wrote they had a sign hanging saying thanking the dads for dropping off their daughters, shit like that.
What?
So it does happen. It's real, So it's
worst.
so I understand it. And I I did like Wendy's transformation from slutty college girl to psycho.
Yeah.
Everyone's here to kill me by the end, but her fucking hair everywhere right before she gets killed. And I thought that was funny. Yeah, she's just a downfall of Wendy from the beginning to the end, up to her demise.
Yeah.
I won't talk about her boobs
Why not?
because I'm a married man, Derek, and married men
Okay.
don't talk about other women's boobies. All
Don't
right.
worry, I'll talk about them.
So
Yeah, we
to
can talk
everyone
about 'em.
listening, yeah, there's boobs in this movie. If that
There are
doesn't get you to
boobs.
watch it now, I don't know what will, right? But that's
That's
really
what
it.
that's what stopped me from having Ian watch it. I said this
Yes.
scene's going on a little too long.
Derek, he's 30. How old is he now, Derek?
He is 13.
13 years old, Derek. If
I
you only
know.
knew what I watched when I was 13 years old, it will blow your mind.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know.
Remember this: you're never too old to watch a donkey show, or too
Oh
young.
Christ.
So, yeah, that's it on the characters.
Okay.
That stuck out for me. What about
Yeah.
you, Derek?
So I do want to touch on Carter. So I believe he is a reoccurring character in a few Lovecraft stories, and that he is based off like Lovecraft himself, which I kind of find cringy because it's like come on, dude, like your character is the smartest, the most respected, and like lusted by all the ladies, and it just kind of reads like an incel move of a dude who,
a little on the nose.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
if you notice at the university there was no diversity, so
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
that's just what that's an
Here we are
HP
again.
Lovecraft how he wanted it.
Here we are again. But other than that, the character itself, I thought I enjoyed Carter, and he was legitimately the hero of the film. And though throughout it looked like he couldn't be bothered most of the time, but he was the brains of the operation to figure out the tree spirit or whatever it was. And then to touch on Wendy, the boob lady, uh I don't like in that beginning scene where they're talking to the frat dudes and they're trying to persuade the girls to go to the haunted house, and she for some reason thinks it's kinky and to just go to an abandoned house, and that's where her mind goes. And I mean, I guess it's confirmed because she is the one who ends up making out with John
Mhm.
and you know going into it. So I mean, at least she's consistent. I'll give her that. But I was caught off guard in that library moment where she's like, "Sounds kinky." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, lady? There's a monster there."
Got a haunted house fetish. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, just getting
yeah,
there.
perhaps. Actually, I mean, that could be fun. But
Yeah,
that's unfortunately not where this movie went.
no,
Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you
probably
see it.
not where it should have gone, but
Yeah,
almost did
exactly.
anyway.
Yeah. But what else? So Tanya, like Charlie was saying, she was just like this wallflower type character, but she was just bland. Like I know she was supposed to be like this final girl and stuff, but like, and I'm gonna attribute it to the acting by what's her name? Tanya Heller. Was that the Roger? What was the actress's name that played Tanya? Do you have it?
Alexandra Durrell.
Alexandra
Derek.
Durrell.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe did I have that in my digging up?
You did, but I think Charlie just gave it to me. So Alexander Durrell.
Yeah, bringing it back up. It is correct.
All
Alexandra
right,
Durrell, who
Charlie.
only
got-
other movie she's ever been in is Unnamable Part 2.
Yeah, which was to my point. Like I think she was just I don't know who she knew or how she got into the film, but maybe she just wasn't cut out for this stuff. But the character was bland and really flat, and in a movie where you don't have a bunch of Al Pacino's acting, she's still somehow stuck out as being rather off. So I don't think it helped that character that was supposed to be subdued, and it just kind of it ended up being my least favorite character. So that's it. All right, moving on into dialogue. Charlie, were there any lines that you enjoyed or anything? Any thoughts on the dialogue?
Honestly, not really.
Yeah.
Nothing really stood out the whole film. It was just the right kind of cheese that you hope for in a late '80s horror film. I think for some reason they either shied away from having too many kind of those zingers, or like they were trying. almost if they're trying not to have any dialogue lines that stood out too much, or they just had bad writing. I don't know. Maybe probably the latter. Um, the only thing I'll say is I wish that the dialogue mostly didn't really serve any purpose. Because
Yeah.
it didn't really, most of the dialogue didn't really advance our knowledge of what's going on too much. Particularly case of Carter, who just seemed to be randomly learning things, and we didn't really know what he was learning because he wasn't telling anybody,
Yeah.
and he was off on his own adventure. So my only thoughts on dialogue in general are that it could have been obviously a little sharper. There could have been a little more exposition woven into the film. But yeah, no lines really stood out that were too amazing.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad in general.
That's a fair assumption, an assessment. That's a fair assessment. All right. So Roger, what about you? Any
All right.
dialogue?
So on my second viewing, I was piling up all my favorite lines,
Oh,
and
let's
they seem to
go.
all have one thing in common:
Carter.
penis. So
Oh.
let me hit these up. All right. So it goes, Derek, this is probably gonna be on your list. Do you want to pull out now before you get your wick wet?
Of course.
That was probably my favorite.
You're wearing
That
your
was a
frat
that was
guy
a good one.
cosplay, so it makes sense. Let's get that wick wet.
But the other one is most guys see her as a good lay. It's her big tits, isn't it? Also, don't get soft on me.
Don't get soft on me. What
Don't
was
get
that?
soft on me. That was I think it was around where to get your wick wet. It was like the same like back and forth.
Oh, yeah, just another.
It was just a
innuendo.
lot of penis talk between those two, like real quick.
Just
without-
two horny guys just talking to each other.
just try and get their wick wet, dude.
What's
on the
bet-
weekend.
what's
and
better
they picked
for a
the
movie?
wrong house to do it in.
Yeah.
Whenever I try to like bring a lady over, I try to pick the old abandoned warehouse building with cobwebs, dirt, grime.
Lot of-
But as long as you light a couple scented candles, throw down
Yeah.
a blanket, it's
It's
baby
ready to
making
go.
time.
I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm looking for structures with tombs outside of it myself, so I understand that completely, Roger.
And right before the love making, they go, "That's an animal I don't need. What about me? Depends on how big you are."
Oh yeah, that was
That was a good one.
that was rather fun.
Yes, I believe that is all the penis centric dialogue from the movie that I picked out. But that was the most interesting to me because it stood out. But if anybody knows me, you understand that that's the type of stuff I like. So
Your
not
mind
penis,
is your
not
mind is
penis
in the
in
gutter.
general, but
Yeah. Just
but yeah, yep, that is it for me, Derek, on dialogue. What about you?
so for myself, I was struggling to find something, but on my second watch of the film, there was a moment in the beginning during like I think it was like the supernatural versus natural argument between Joel and Carter. And it was about the house, and Carter looks at the tomb in front of the house and he said, I wonder as to what unmentionable nourishments those roots must be sucking from the tomb. And lo and behold, that was the key to victory.
That's
Was
a
getting-
tongue twister,
was-
Derek, right there.
Yeah, was getting this tree activated. That's been planted 500 fucking years ago.
It was literally the mechanism to win in the film.
Yeah.
Like, you just told you at the
Trees.
very beginning, like the first conversation in the whole movie.
Yeah, so upon the second viewing of this, I was like, oh shit, Mr. Carter's giving it away in the beginning. So yeah, and most of the time with these films, I watched like 4 times, like way too many times, just so I can immerse myself in the movie. But like I said at the beginning of the podcast, it's World Cup time, so I had to squeeze in 2 watches for this. But yeah, that's it. So let's move on into our favorite kills / scares. Charlie, take it away.
All right. I think hands down for me, the favorite kill in the film was, I think it was John. Is it
Mhm.
John who the creature just sort of let his head bounce off the bottom of the floor over and over again?
Yes.
Poor
I
John.
wanted to watch it again. She
Poor
just
John.
picked it up and dropped him. And she picked
Yeah.
him up and she dropped him. And she picked him up and she dropped him.
So
Didn't
the-
like rip his heart out, didn't rip him to pieces, bounced his head off the floor 5 or 6 or 7 times until it squished. I was like, that's fantastic. I want more of that.
Yeah,
Like, just
dude.
creative play, like almost playing with her prey, right? that was my favorite one.
The rowing
And
team
then
was never the same after that. They were going to win state that year.
Yeah,
Never
a
That one
state,
cracked me up.
yeah,
It's a good
of
time.
other
And the
of other colleges with 7 attendees as well.
Yes, Derek.
That rowing
It was
team.
just Bruce and John on the rowing. That's all you need.
Just 2 fellas,
Two fellas
horny guys rowing a boat. Let's
and
go.
4 oars.
all you need, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You say, you're doing your best. What can you say?
I agree though, Charlie. That scene, there was something like just because like we were made to sit in it, and his head just like kept getting
Just
dropped,
mhm.
and it was getting
And it was so
bloodier
well
and
done.
bloodier. Yeah,
The sound effects, the gore, like it was a slow. Like his head slowly just turned to mush. I thought that was excellent. That was a really
Yeah.
not only is it funny, just really well done scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was intended to be funny, but I found it funny.
Oh,
I was laughing.
there was a lot of unintended funny stuff in this film for sure.
But I was laughing in a good way. Like I wasn't laughing at it like this is
Ah.
stupid. Like, oh, this is great. Like this is a great one. This is
Yeah.
hilarious. My least favorite kill. I don't know if we're supposed to have a least favorite, but I think
Go for
Joel, right? The guy in the beginning who's
Yes.
gone missing in the house. Like what an idiot! I know you have to have an idiot in every film like this, but this guy is just a grade A dumbass.
Absolutely.
He at one point he sees the shadow of the creature like scooching off down the wall, and that's not your key to go back down the stairs that you just came up, and to try to get out like immediately you're not, what is going on? Like that was just over the top dumb. Like,
Just
wow,
the whole fact that he was in the house, like no one dared you. No one dared you to go in the house, dude. This is all your ego and your self-righteousness that have gotten you
that's right.
killed.
Derek,
He took
some
it
people
upon
just have a
himself.
natural curiosity, Derek, and you got to explore. All right, you got to live a little.
Listen, you watch enough of these movies and you know where your curiosity can take you and where it shouldn't take
But
you.
how do you supposed to
Into
know if you're-
abandoned houses?
Derek, how are you supposed to know you're in a movie when it's reality to you? Maybe we're in a movie right now. You don't even know it yet. Dun, dun.
Final
Look.
destination coming back around.
There, yep, there it is.
Yeah, at one point he's he holding this little candle and opens the door up to the upstairs, and he hesitates. He's like, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, what the heck? And he goes up the stairs anyway. Like, you moron.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was very over the top. I was
Yeah.
very satisfied that he died a bloody, gory death at least. But
Yeah, for a man
Rocky.
for a man of science and logic, it's astounding
Yeah.
how he put himself in peril. So
it made no sense whatsoever.
Joel paid the price behind me, as you can see,
He did.
oh,
for
Joel.
that curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat, and Joel was that cat.
And funny enough, that eye wound that we're looking at isn't the worst wound.
That's right.
Scroll down a little bit, you'll see that the head is attached to nothing.
That's what probably did it.
I think that was it. It wasn't the
Like
skin condition around his eye. It was
Mm.
perhaps something else.
the removal of the head from the shoulders was very most likely the
Most
cause of death
likely.
here.
Creature had him strung up like a deer, ready to just drain that blood, ready to salt that
Ew.
meat for the winter.
Yeah, that's my favorite, my least favorite.
Nice.
Deaths in the scene in the movie.
What about you, Roger?
I
Kills,
like a good.
scares. What do you got?
I like the good throat rip. Yeah, a couple. I think John. Oh no, who got their throat ripped? Was it Bruce? No, a couple people I think got their throat ripped out. It's
Yeah.
always a good time. I like Joel's blood spray when he was getting murdered. When he was just kind of screaming like a little wussy man,
Yeah.
but all that blood spray on his face, pretty cool.
No, it looked good.
Good blood effects. But I want to do a shout out to the real weapon of this movie, but these characters failed to realize it was the stairs, because that creature could not walk down the fucking stairs because of his clove feet. But everyone kept going upstairs while Randolph sat downstairs the entire fucking movie and just
This
read
is true.
the book. Didn't get attacked once. Was fine. He
Totally
just
fine.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, "Oh, what's that sound upstairs? Oh shit, people getting killed. Fuck, let's go back up there." And I was like, "Just stay downstairs. He can't catch you. He can't walk down the fucking stairs." I figured that out pretty quick. I was like, if they just could just figure it out, the stairs was the best weapon, and they never used it.
Little did we know that for our monster to truly take over, they just needed a motorized handicap lift to get them
That's
up and down
correct.
the
They
house.
couldn't get up and
And
down, but the creature
everyone
could
would
get
have
to
been done.
The creature could get to the basement though when he took Wendy into the wall. So I'm like,
I think there was some sort of like portal, because
was it that portal?
there was also another hole up in the attic that they were like boarding up.
Oh,
That was
I
the road,
think-
right? And
Yeah.
The interdimensional portals are never explained. Yes.
Yeah.
Something
A
like
loose
that.
end, perhaps.
I just figured that was a creature who could like just go up and down, but maybe not. So maybe that creature was stuck in the one upstairs that just magically got bigger and bigger as people walked around. But yeah, that was it. That was it for me, Derek. What
The
about you?
never-ending hallways.
Yeah. So Roger, to kind of, talk about the picture you got behind you, but I guess I labeled this as scare/kill because it was Joel's decapitated head scene. And I just thought there it is. I just thought it was like hilarious because it was while Wendy was receiving perhaps what I'm assuming is some extremely mediocre wienering. And she's grabbing the door, she's going through the motions, and she keeps bopping Joel's head to the point where it eventually rolls and it just comes face to face with her. And I chuckled. I thought it was hilarious. And like you, Charlie, I chuckled in a good way. I wasn't laughing at it. I was laughing with it. I thought it was creative and pretty funny to reveal that, here's Joel's head completely disembodied from the body itself. So
And Joel's head looked pretty good, I thought too.
no, it did. It was strong. I mean,
Mm.
if you just left forever and we had that picture on the podcast, it would be all right. I wouldn't be mad at it. But the only other thing I had was Wendy's death. I think it was after she attacked Howard in the basement, but it was a nasty little head snap. And for me, I thought she was being extremely illogical and blaming Howard for all these deaths when he just showed up, like he was nowhere in the house, and she was blaming him for everything. So in my callous eyes, I thought it was a deserved death. But I will say, though Wendy was terrified, there was something, we keep talking about hair, there was something amazing that terror did for her hair. It got lifted, there was volume to it. She was teased. It looked like she was straight out. Yeah, she looked like she was straight out of like a White Snake video. Like,
yeah, she was hot.
It looked amazing. So Wendy's death, brutal, deserved, but leading to it, it really helped her shine. So not a bad way to go out, I guess.
That was my second favorite. I couldn't, when her head snapped. Yeah, I really enjoyed that as well. It was just so, you knew it's coming, but you know that was the way she's going to die. But just the suddenness of it, the sound effects, like it was really well done. And she's like dead, instant. Then she just dragged away. It's like, yeah, that was solid. That was a pretty good kill. But I can't go over the bouncing of the head off the floorboards for no reason.
Yeah, that was
that was
a top moment. Yeah, it was definitely a top moment for sure. All right, guys, that takes us to final cut. And that's where I reveal the shocking ending of the film, and we discuss and give our ratings of 1 to 5 stabs. 1 stab, no redeeming value. 2 stabs, bad. 3 stabs, mediocre. 4 stabs, good. 5 stabs, masterpiece. So, Carter finds the Necronomicon and decides to conjure some spirits, but not before using some passage as a way to unlock the front door. Outside, he, by himself, moves the lid of the tomb and climbs inside while reciting what I assume is the tree spirit passage. Meanwhile, our college students are lost and searching in the labyrinth that is the hallways of this house. In the basement, Howard finds a frazzled Wendy. She attacks him with a sickle and blames him for the deaths. The Unnamable shows up and snaps Wendy's neck and drags her off to a colorful hole in the wall. Howard, who is knocked out, awakes and finds Tanya upstairs, who is screaming because she just happened upon John's corpse. Howard and Tanya start walking around the hallways again, but happen upon the Unnamable holding Bruce's body, so they run up to the attic. Tanya screams when she sees an image in the glass of the window, but Howard tries to reassure her by citing Carter and Joel's conversation from earlier. Surprisingly, the Unnamable is outside the window and smashes through. A fight ensues and Howard gets backhanded a ton, which is hilarious. As the beast has Howard on the ground looking to finish the job, Tanya shows up with the world's strongest flashlight and breaks its arm. Outside, the tree spell kicks in and the limbs start crashing through and drag the Unnamable outside, while the disembodied voice of Joshua Winthrop beckons. Eladia? Did anyone catch the name at the end? It was like Eladia?
Sure,
Something like-
Derek.
Sure, we're going with that. But he beckons Eladia to come home. Howard sends Tanya outside while he says he must find Carter. 13 seconds later, he bails on the adventure and the two run outside. The ground opens and some skeleton hands, along with Carter's, start pulling Howard into the ground. Carter gets out and pulls Howard to safety, and the two use the tombstone to cover the portal, and they call it a night. The end. What'd you guys think of the ending? Charlie, thoughts on the ending?
Yeah, as I alluded to before, like I felt like the ending was just kind of happened suddenly because we didn't really get to follow what our guy Carter was up to too closely throughout the movie. So if you missed even a little bit of what he was up to, like it was kind of confusing that the tree was coming through the room or into the house, but you made the connection quickly enough once it was happening. It was just kind of like, well, what the heck is this, But the final fight scene was just, while the monster looked great, the choreography of this final fight scene left a lot to be desired.
You loved all the sweet backhand moves. It was so nice.
Our hero just keeps running up in front of this obviously very strong and overpowering monster and just standing there until he gets backhanded back across the room multiple times. Like, bro, it's not working. Let's try a different tactic, perhaps.
Yeah. Plan B or C, perhaps.
So, but I think the main purpose was so that we get a really good look at our beast in action, because that was the showpiece. That was where all the effects budget went into. They want us. There's our monster. You've been waiting this whole time for this. Take a good look, and we got a good look, and I think it was great. So I really enjoyed the end. Putting aside the poor karate skills of our heroes, and the suspiciously overpowered flashlight. I thought it was well done. I thought it was pretty tight. It was action packed, and it was probably a better ending than the movie really deserved.
Nicely said. Roger, how about you? How'd you feel about the ending?
Well, these boys weren't made for fighting, Derek. That's one thing for sure. They're the bookworm, nerdy kids of the 7 that went to that entire school. So these, I doubt, knew how to throw a punch or do anything remotely violent. But
Fair point.
And at the end, they seemed too sad that all their friends got murdered. But I would be a little sad instead of like, great, and to walk away all whatever. But that's just me. But overall it ended fine. Just what you expect in any typical movie like this. Monster defeated.
Mhm.
Your heroes live on. Make a sequel. Name it after said characters. Bring them all back. No problem with it. Are we doing our stabs, or is that next?
No, I gotta give my thoughts, and then we'll jump.
I wasn't sure
stabs.
about the format. I've only done a few of these.
You've guessed it on this show so many times. You're officially a part of it. This is like your 3rd episode.
I've been drinking
Official.
orange cream soda, Derek. All right,
Slow it down, Papa. Slow it down, Papa.
Loud and crazy on a Tuesday night.
I know. I'm drinking flavored water out of my Terrifier cup.
Nice.
Derek, we're so gonna sue. We don't have the rights to Terrifier.
Oh, are we gonna get copyrighted?
Fuck yeah.
Damn it. All right, so for the ending, I thought it was a decent ending. I did rather enjoy watching Howard get manhandled. I thought that was fun. And it was fun to watch these 2 twig men, Carter and Howard, just manhandle headstones and tomb lids, and it was a goofy ending, but it was fine. So
speaking of tombstones, I was gonna say this for the other part where we talk about like trivia about the movie, but since you mentioned tombstones, it'd be a good segue here.
Okay.
If you notice in the beginning during the opening credits, you see the tombstones, right, with the names on them.
Yes.
All the tombstones that have the names are the last names of the characters that get killed in the movie.
Oh shit! I did not catch
so
that.
It either foreshadows their deaths, or it's actually post movie, and that's where they get buried, is in that same cemetery. But yeah, I looked it up because they don't say their last names in the movie. But when I looked up, dig up the bones on the and get my information, it showed their last names. And I watched it a second time. Then I was like, oh shit, that's their last names. It's on the tombstone. So yeah, if you didn't know that.
Well, I definitely didn't know that. So thanks.
You're welcome. That's called paying attention to detail, Derek. That's what I do, and that's why I'm on the show.
Good job.
That's right. All right, so let's move into our stabs. Charlie, what do you stab the movie that you gave us?
What do I want to give it? I'm gonna say 3 for mediocre.
Nice. Strong.
Yeah, because I think it had just enough atmosphere and the solid background, like technical work. Great monster, piss poor dialogue and plotting, and just the script, like you said, was just paper thin, non-existent. But with a decent ending.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with 3.
Nice. Roger, what about you? What do you stab the Unnamable?
Now, when I say mediocre, and that's not how you pronounce it. That's my apologies.
I was gonna let it roll. I was gonna let it roll.
I'm gonna also go with 3, but I'm gonna say, when I say mediocre, I mean it's passable. It's good. It's not great. It's not a classic. So
okay.
I just don't want me to think that's like a bad movie. No. It's totally watchable. It's not like something you're gonna remember 10
It's a
years down the
rewatchable
road
mediocre.
Yeah, and recommend to all your friends, maybe the ones you don't like. No, I'm joking, but it's fine. It's fine. It's exactly what you would think it would be. It's low budget 80s, good looking monster. Got some blood, got some boobies. So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. If I was doing a boys' night sleepover back when I was 12, we ordered some Pizza Hut.
Why not now? Why can't you have boys sleepovers now?
We rent some Sega Genesis games, right, baby? And we get a couple movies. We throw this on. I wouldn't hate it. I'd be like, that's a good night. We got to see some boobies.
Yeah,
they probably been cut on again.
So but seeing at an older age now, you just kind of break it down. You're like, compared to other things, but back in early 90s, late 80s, Roger, man, this shit. That's my review.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right, so for my stabs, it was a slight dud for me. I did appreciate the monster and like some of the effects. The kills were pretty awesome, surprisingly, like I said. But I landed on 2 stabs. We've definitely watched worse. I could actually see putting this back on as like something in the background, because there are moments in this that are funny. There are moments in this that are like surprisingly violent. So I could see having this on in the background, while I'm actually watching the World Cup.
I'm curious to see if the sequel's better than the original.
Hey,
I'm willing to find out.
Are we gonna go down this? Are we gonna go down this franchise rabbit hole for this podcast?
It only goes one more movie.
We have one more level.
Long.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long. Oh, all right. So next up is Voices from Beyond. And this is typically Shelly's portion, where she will go through our social media platforms and share our listeners' thoughts on this. But
can we have a moment of silence for Shelly?
She's not dead.
Oh, I know. She's going to be here, but
she's just busy. We don't want people to think Shelly's dead.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. I don't want to give people the wrong idea here.
No, Shelly is still with us. She's doing very well. She's
good to hear. That's very good to
hear. She's go ahead.
She got promoted too. So congratulations, Shelly.
Yeah.
At work.
I'm sure we'll chat about it on the next episode with her. But yeah, she got a promotion.
But I just want to tell her I'm very, very proud of her. So keep doing you, baby.
All right, so I'm gonna go through and share our listeners' views that they gave us on social media. So our first thought came from Chris S, and this was on Instagram, and he said, "Very strange Lovecraftian movie." There you go, Roger. Lovecraftian movie. And he went on to say, "I wonder what Stuart Gordon would have done." All right, next up we have Matt F from Facebook, and Matt said, and this is in quotes, "What got into her? Probably your stupid friend." So
John.
quoting.
That's the answer, actually. It's John. John got into her.
So he goes on to say, "I seem to remember the movie poster in the local video store from way back in the day. I'm not sure how much HP would have loved this interpretation of this story. This stripped 80s horror. I struggled as I really liked this and didn't like it at the same time. I really loved the creature and Carter along with the apparent time warp at the university. Loved how day and night were interchangeable in the same scenes."
It's a long walk.
It's such a long walk. Yeah, this is true.
Well, it took them half a frame or a couple frames for the other guy to catch up to him. There's teleportation and everything involved here.
It is. It's a magical place.
Mhm.
And he finishes up with saying, I don't think I would watch this one again. I give it 2.5 Necronomicons.
Ooh.
Next up is Brian M., also from Facebook. And he said, the Unnamable, more like the Unwatchable. It started off decent enough, but then it was just a lot of nothing happening. I don't care about the characters, although thankfully the rapey frat douches got killed off. The creature design and gore effects were the only positives, but there wasn't nearly enough of it. 2 stabs.
Hey, Wendy gave her consent plenty of times, and she probably gave it to both of them at the same time if that got that way.
But not Tanya.
No, Tanya.
She was physically fighting him off.
That's true.
Bruce was a pile of shit.
But Bruce is going through it, man. He just broke up with his girlfriend. He was just down and out. And he just needed a little
Cut him some slack.
Listen, man,
Yeah,
Bruce is a gaslighter with a capital G. All right. So but Brian goes on to say, against my better judgment, I watched the sequel too. Okay, so we checked out the sequel.
Oh, nice.
He said it picks up right after and was slightly better, but I still wouldn't recommend it. So I think that's a recommendation as far as I'm concerned.
Slightly better.
Yeah, slightly better.
Straight on the list.
Sold. Fuck. It's the T2 of the Unnamable franchise. It just gets better.
Only better. And then our final Voices from Beyond comes from Lisa R.
The beautiful and amazing Lisa R.
Yes. Charlie, just to let you know, that's Roger's wife.
Got it.
Just so you don't think he's calling random listeners beautiful and
ravishing and large-breasted.
All right,
so for the viewers to get an idea.
We've been talking about boobs a lot this episode. Charlie, did you say nice?
That's the theme. Theme is big tits.
Awesome. Well,
excellent.
Roger threw it out there, so that's where we are.
Ian, go to sleep. You're listening to this probably right now.
Listen, we are. Oh my God, we're an hour 40 into this. Probably with the edit, we'll be at hour 30 when he's at this point. He'll be sleeping by this. All right. So Lisa goes on to say, I spent more time laughing and making jokes during the Unnamable than I did being scared. Don't get me wrong. I love cheesy horror movies, but this one never quite found its footing for me. Every time it seemed like it was building towards something creepy, I found myself cracking wise at the screen instead. The creature design has its moments, but it wasn't exactly nightmare fuel. The movie feels very much like a product of its era, for better or for worse. If you're into late horror curiosities, you might get a kick out of it. I just couldn't take it seriously enough to be frightened. One scene absolutely cracked me up. A character sees a headless body and shouts, "Oh my God, it's Joel." Immediately responds, "How can you tell?" I laughed hard at my own joke than anything the movie put on screen. Also, fun fact for Blu-ray collectors. Oh, Roger, here you go. The Unearthed Blu-ray 5.1 audio track has an echo issue.
Yes, she pointed it out.
Oh, she pointed it out to you?
I didn't notice until she really pointed it out near the end, and then I heard it. I'm like, oh shit,
yeah.
And I got a sick system set up, so you would think I could hear that shit early on, but I do not. I did not.
So she goes on to say, so when fans pointed it out, the response for the production company was essentially, "Oops, our bad."
That's true. We looked it up.
She said, "Honestly, I got more echoes than scares in this. By the end, I wasn't on the edge of my seat. I was on the couch entertaining myself with the commentary. It's not the worst horror movie I've ever seen, but it's definitely not one I'll be rushing to revisit. 1 stab out of 5 for me. The biggest scream of the night came from me laughing at my own jokes," as she said numerous times.
But she also is the co-owner of this Blu-ray from Amazon.com for only $12.99. So it is okay.
She's 50% responsible for it. So
yes, it is half of that is hers, according to the state of Florida.
There you go. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's move on into our next segment, which is Loose Ends. And this is a catch-all segment where if we have any lasting thoughts on the movie, we can say it here, or if we have any fun facts. Charlie, I'll throw it to you first. Any fun facts or lasting thoughts you didn't get to say elsewhere?
No fun facts. I did feel while I was watching that it might make a really good like Mystery Science 3000 type experience.
Oh yeah.
If someone were to really dig in a format like that, it probably is kind of a perfect film because there were so many of those just kind of small things happening that you could really pick at in a fun way. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
That's a great suggestion.
Other than that, I would just say that like it could have been I don't know how stretched they really had to go with their budget, but if it just had a little more like a little more gore, a little more put into the creature design, just so I think it was on the edge of being at least decent.
Yeah.
A little more time on the script. I feel like in all those aspects, it just felt a little bit short of being more memorable. And I don't feel like it would have really taken a lot. I would like to see, the kills could have been a little more spectacular, and I don't think it really would have taken a lot to make them so. So I feel like they probably had a lot of big ideas in pre-production that for budget restraint reasons and obviously talent limitation reasons just didn't pan out for them. But otherwise, yeah, it's just a fun late night, like you said, pizza movie, and that it is what it is. It scratches that itch for me. So
nice.
Now, is it scratching the itch or is itching the itch also acceptable? This is a
No.
debate I've had with Lisa,
No.
and when you said scratching an itch, I say itching the itch. I've always
No.
said that my entire life.
You're
I
wrong.
think
think
it's
it's
wrong.
scratching.
You're wrong. Yeah.
Fuck. Damn.
You have an itch, so you
You
scratch
itch
your
scratch it.
itch.
You fucking itch
You,
that bitch.
you feel itchy, so you
Yeah.
scratch your itch.
You itch it.
I'm
You
with
itching.
Lisa.
You itching back. That bitch itched you, and you're itching.
You
that
itch
bitch
your
back.
itch and you enjoy it. It's fine.
Charlie is Switzerland on this.
You itch it, baby. Whatever
There
you
you go.
need.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I'm gonna
you
itch.
got a half a point in your column for that, in the tally of itch versus scratch versus itch.
There we go.
All right.
That's gonna be a debate all season. We'll give them
Yeah.
along.
Like I said, this is a stat-based podcast, so we'll bring the tallies at the end of the year.
That's true.
Roger, what about you? You have any fun facts or lasting thoughts?
Oh, I said my kind of one fun fact about the tombstones I picked up on my second watch, and notes that are the characters' last names that died in the film. Other than that, the film overall had some fun. Have fun with it. It's a good like late night sleepover young kid type of movie that I grew up with. So I liked it. I got what I expected to get from it, if that makes any sense. So
it met your expectations.
It did, and I can watch it as many times as I want, which is awesome. And just
So can I. It's on Tubi.
the 2.0 track on the Blu-ray is fine. It actually there's no echo. It's just the fight, because the original release of the movie had a 2.0. It didn't never had a 5.1, so they just made a 5.1 and they fucked up. So, but it's okay, because you can watch as much as you want if you pick up the Blu-ray from Amazon.com for
Again.
$14.99. So all good.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Putting my order in right now.
Oh,
There we go. Make sure you tag us in it so we get 3% of that. We put it back in the podcast. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe 5. That's 14 cents coming back to us. We're gonna reinvest in this baby. This money-making machine we call Little Bracket of Horrors.
I would figure that your negotiation skills would be a little bit better with that outfit that you're wearing.
It is not. I only could get into Miskatonic University, Derek, and I was a legacy. All
was
right,
very
I didn't have
prestigious.
options. It was either this or community college. All right,
It was very prestigious. Only 7 people went there. So
that is true.
You got to be
true.
top 7 people in the United States to go there.
Easy.
But the only problem is that guys outnumber the girls like 3 or 4 to 1. So there's only 2 girls in this entire movie. So that's it. And they're both taken. So you're
As it goes. As it goes.
That's a
And
lot
the
of
third one just wants to kill everybody. So that's
a lot of baby oil. You're gonna need to pleasure yourself for 4 years. So it's all good.
All right, P. Diddy. So, I got a couple of fun facts. It took 9 hours to put Katrina Alexandra, who played the unnamable creature, into the creature makeup. The script was written in 7 days, and filming was shot in 3 weeks in August of 1987. Laura Albert, who plays Wendy, kept the sickle that she brandished from the film. So
Why
on
not?
part of looking like she could be in a Bon Jovi music video, she's also a dirty thief. So we know two things about Laura. Don't forget them. Next up on my loose ends, a lamb's heart was used for the scene in which the monster tears out the man's heart. So that's a lamb's heart. That's
Okay.
nothing that they built. They took it from an animal.
That wasn't a paper mache heart. It was a
No.
real. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna be honest. When it was sitting there, I thought it looked like a liver. So apparently, lamb's hearts look like livers.
It did
At
look
least
like
to
a
me,
liver.
in my fucking guy who's not a doctor's mind. And the last thing that I have as far as interesting facts is that Katrina Alexandra made a cameo out of the monster suit as a librarian in the film. And she also did the screaming for the creature and said screams were mixed in with animal sounds in post production. So her actual screams were used while she was screaming in the scene. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that she also made a human cameo in the film.
The screams were a nice touch. That was a really good sound design. So that
Great
makes sense.
sound design. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That takes us through talking about the Unnamable.
Bum, bum, bum.
Next
Nice.
up is Wheel of Death. And this is where first and foremost we must go to the master list and pick and spin the wheel and get a movie to replace the Unnamable with. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Does everyone see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So
Got
this
it.
is spinning the master list, and we're gonna find a movie from all these previously given to us movies, and those movies that Shelley, Roger, and I chose. So we're gonna spin this now and find out what is replacing the Unnamable.
Insert sound effect.
The suspense.
Ooh, and we have Bone Lake, which is
Lake.
a fan submission
Be
from
careful. Be careful when you Google that. You might not
Bone
get
Lake.
the same Bone Lake.
Okay. You have some experience there, I take it.
Just saying. All it takes is one misplaced letter, and all of a sudden you're at Boner Lake. That's not a place I want to go, Derek.
Are you sure you don't want to go there? All right. So I'm gonna read off the 10 movies on the Wheel of Death, and then we are gonna do our chant and find the movie that we are covering next. So first movie is Caveat. Next film, Planet Terror. Then we have Terrified. After that, A Bay of Blood. Then we have One Cut of the Dead. Next is The Orphanage. Then we have Brain Scan. Next up, Together. And then we have the original Evil Dead. And finally, our new submission to the wheel, Bone Lake. All right, guys, are you ready to spin the Wheel of Death?
I'm ready, Derek.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Wheel
of
of
Death.
Death.
Wheel
of
Death.
Death.
Wheel.
Hey, and what do we land on? A Derek submission. This is one of my films. Finally, Evil Dead.
Nice.
Bum, bum.
The original.
The best.
So, the best. Some would say.
Yeah.
All right. So, Roger, can you help me out and tell us where the Evil Dead is playing?
Yes, I can, Derek. If you give me
Thank you,
30
Roger.
seconds,
Thank
I
you.
will. I will. Derek, what do you use to find that out?
Just Google.
Oh, okay. I guess I could use Rotten Tomatoes too.
I can look too.
1981.
Mhm.
Okay. It's available on Amazon Prime with a video if you have a subscription. And if you want to pay for it, you can also pay for it at Apple TV and Fandango at home.
Okay.
Yes. But I don't have to go far or buy a copy because I own one myself.
Yeah. To be honest, it's fucking Evil Dead. Go if you don't have a VHS copy of this from back in the day, like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. What to tell you.
I got my 4K copy. I'm ready to bust that baby out.
I
Watching style.
think mine might be a Blu-ray copy.
I think Letterbox breaks it down too. If you go where to watch.
I know
Yeah,
if you
there
go
it
to
is.
Plex, it tells you all the places to watch as well.
Yeah. Fuck. Let me just open up Amazon. I'm just gonna open up Amazon Prime on my phone and just find Evil Dead and see if you have to actually pay for this or not. Because now it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't know this right now.
Yeah.
Evil Dead. Right. I spelt it Dead Evil. Good job, Roger. Evil Dead. Yeah, it's not streaming on Prime itself. You have to have a Sony Pictures Core trial to
What?
watch the original.
Oh,
Okay. That's all right. I'll just watch my Blu-ray.
there you go.
Okay.
At least it's
All
not
right.
a DVD, Derek.
It is well, that's your bag, buddy. That's your bag.
Fuck.
All right. Don't miss out and tune in to the end of the season. We'll be taking all 16 of the films we've watched and have them battled out in our end of the season deathmatch tournament. If you listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please hit the follow button and give us a rating and review if you like what we do. If you watch us on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss an upload. You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok by searching Little Bracket of Horrors and on Instagram by typing at Little Bracket of Horrors. We got merch available, tpublic.com. Just search for our name in their website search bar or pay attention to our socials for a direct link. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I'm Derek.
I'm Roger.
And I'm Charlie.
And we will catch you on the other side.
You have created a monster and it will destroy you. It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! The monster has been seen in the hills terrorizing the mountainside. I'm ready! Take your torches and go!
And we're out. Good job. So 2
Nice.
hours, 5 minutes, but
Wow.
I think there was like 10-minute padding there in the beginning, and then there's shit all fucking cut out.
We went longer than the movie itself.
Holy shit. We're
You
just
could just
we're
watched it.
We're just three chatty Cathys, you know?
We
How
could
it
just
goes.
Mystery 3000 it.
This is true. We gotta
Mystery
figure out-
Science Theater 3000 it.
Charlie, you don't do any kind of like Twitch streaming or any of that shit, right? You don't.
Nope.
Okay. You're a simple man.
I am.
I know that
I'm a simple man.
the Mexico Ecuador match is kicking off in 5 minutes. So
Derek
Yeah.
wants to watch it so bad.
no, I've been looking at the clock. Like, we better wrap this up by 9. I need to see Ecuador smash Mexico.
Benta's over here frantically pointing at the TV.
Oh, tell Bente I said hi.
Derek says hello. She says hello.
My coworker and I have been doing the Norwegian row at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it quite a bit today, watching the
Nice.
Norwegian game. So it was good times.
We were in Boston and New York for the Iraq and Senegal games. Yeah.
Very cool.
Middle of the supporters. It was
Dude,
awesome.
that's so fucking
What an
cool.
experience. Saw Holland score 4 goals in the World Cup. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He is unstoppable. Mbappe is unstoppable. Messi's unstoppable right now. It's
Yeah.
crazy to watch.
They're going to score goals. Those 3 guys are going
Yeah.
to score a goal in the game they play in.
Yeah. It's so funny because a lot of times with their national teams, you don't see players replicate what they do with their clubs.
Mhm.
But all 3 of them are just fucking tearing it up, and like
Machines.
they're justifying the hype. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
people who are just like sports fans, whatever, that are tuning in, be like, oh, who's this guy that they talk about? Like,
Like,
fucking
oh.
That would be
bagging.
me.
They're
That's
yeah,
me.
like,
Yeah.
but they're just
That's
bagging
fantastic.
him in. It's crazy. I love to see it though. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's been
Alright.
cool. And seeing it live from the stadium was just and being there.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
we didn't even try to attempt to enter the lottery for the U.S. games.
I didn't either.
I know Garrett did, and Garrett
Mhm.
went out for the group stage matches, but we actually looked. I forget what game was in Atlanta, but Kerry was going to take Ian. I think it was Egypt and somebody, but it was like a quick there and back, and then I think the tickets were like $500, and
Yeah.
we were just like, that's okay. I
Who
wasn't gonna be
wants
able to
to
Yeah.
go.
all your money?
Yeah,
Yeah. And we did okay. We did okay on ticket prices, so we can't
good.
complain. Like it was, yeah, it was a great experience. Like I'm glad we got to do it. I didn't bother with the U.S. because it'd be expensive and it's
I
all on the
know.
West Coast. And it's
Yep.
like, you know, we went and stayed with Mike and Helen in Boston, and it was
Oh,
it was
that's
fun,
awesome.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Cool. Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it. It was a good time.
Yeah, I will. I'll let you know when this is being put up.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Charlie, take care, and we'll
Yeah.
chat later. Okay, bud.
Yeah, you too, guys.
All
Have
right,
a good night.
later.
See ya.
Peace.
Derek, you will be the next guest on Little Bracket of Horrors. Bring
I
your
will. So
bring your game.
I can invite someone, or we could just do
Okay.
it ourselves. Yeah, if we land on your movie, it's your choice.
Oh, okay.
Let's.
Did you take your cover off the mic?
No, this is my Rode mic.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about switching, and I got my adapter in, so I was like, oh, I'll just do this.
Yeah, you sounded pretty good.
And I think this mic is a little bit better than the other one, but I think there's also something with like I was telling you, I can't hear myself through my headphones. Like
Interesting.
I hear you, I don't hear shit from me. Like obviously I hear myself talk, but there's nothing that's coming through my mic that I'm
Well-
picking up.
Well, I think that is that how it's supposed to work, or no? You can hear me and I can hear you, but we can't hear ourselves.
Can you hear yourself or no?
I can't tell.
You can't tell if you can't.
Well, hold on, Derek. No, I can hear myself.
Okay, so you do, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't, but I think I'm wondering if there's something with my settings where because I tried to fix it to get it where I was hearing through this, but then when I did the test run with Ian and I checked how I
Did-
sound, I was like, I
click-
sound better. So maybe I just don't fuck with it. All right, well, I'm gonna
Alright,
get off. I
Go
will
enjoy your soccer match.
I will enjoy my soccer match, and I'll give you a heads up when this is gonna be coming out, and I'll post on the social medias and all that shit.
Okay.
All right, homie. We'll talk to you later.
On the other side.
I will catch you on the other side. Tell Lisa I said hi and to have a blast with the girls.
I will.
Weekend.
Have fun with your weekend. Whatever you're doing.
I gotta play dad. I think I'm gonna take Ian golfing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm working on something around here.
You got a husband list or whatever.
Yeah. We're doing some. I gotta chop down my palm tree because it's dead. Unfortunately,
Are you gonna
that
grind
nice
the
tall.
stump and all that shit?
Yeah, I gotta do something. Yeah, it snapped in half. One part fell off. It snapped in half. The other one snapped in half last night.
Oh
It's
shit.
it's dead, and which is sad because I took so good care of that palm tree too, and it fucking
It didn't
got
root.
the fungus thingy and just killed it. With the drought and the cold snap and everything, and I was sick for like 2 weeks, and I couldn't go out there and do anything, and
Yeah.
fucked it up. So it sucks. I've been growing that bitch for 6-7 years, and was the nicest and tallest one on the block. Now it's dead, so I gotta take care of it and plant a new one.
So
Unfortunately.
all right, R.I.P.
All right.
your palm tree.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Peace.